Art is why we talk. It gives us something to talk about. The world would be blank and empty if it weren't for things to listen to see, to interact with, and really to feel because of how you're reacting to it.
From the dawn of time, people have been using art to communicate. From the cave paintings in France to the Sistine Chapel to MoMA, people have been using art to connect with other people.
I thought to myself, why does all business-to-business software advertising suck? And when I looked at it, it was basically because it was all feature-driven. And what we wanted to do was start a conversation. We wanted to create something that got people talking, and what better way to get people talking than art?
The brief was a simple one: power your connections. Cecil and Travis came to us with a campaign that used fine art to talk about how Buddy Media connects brands to consumers.
Our biggest challenge off the bat was, how do we break through the clutter? These people are discerning marketers, and they're going to see through any transparent attempts to reach them.
And the idea of using world-class graphic artists and illustrators across the globe and bringing them and allowing them to give their own interpretation of what Power Your Connection is all about.
We worked very hard to find the right artist, but what we realized is everyone has a different take on what it means to power your connections.
We've already had the opportunity to use Matt Moore from Maine and his vector funk style.
We felt Matt Moore brought a very mechanical and sort of scientific approach to it that just felt right.
Tatiana Plakova from Moscow in her energetic kind of sci-fi power illustrative style.
Tatiana brought in explosions and really brought in the essence of power that this would give you, almost space age and technological.
Also, Steve Wilson from the UK, who brings in kind of a modern Peter Max-ish style.
And while the curls of color that Stephen Wilson developed coming off the plug really show what the imagination can do.
We also got a group in the UK called Graffiti Life to do 130 feet of Power Your Connections. The charm of this campaign is watching the progression from one artist to another artist to another artist, and how they just have a completely different way of attacking the same problem or talking about the same subject matter. And I think that's one of the great things about art, and I think it's one of the most interesting and charming things about the campaign itself.
And most of them get it right away. You can see the passion that comes across in their illustrations, and at every step they're working with us and we working with them to make it better at every iteration.
Art has always been critical to why the world is an interesting place. So if you think about the great Americans, the great people who have ever lived, many of those people are artists. They've been able to communicate what many of us are thinking, what many of us are feeling, and the whole world revolves around art.
This campaign is as limitless as art. The charm and the power of this campaign is longevity.
What I love about this campaign is it gets people talking, and talking is social media. It's not about the message that advertisers put out, it's how consumers engage with it. And beautiful messages that aren't engaging are gonna die. But beautiful messages that people engage with is really what social media is about. We're opening this campaign to the world. We're challenging the world's illustrators to take these concepts of powering your connections and interpret them. The winning illustrator will be featured in a global campaign. We're also going to pay the winning illustrator $5,000 for their effort in trying to take this campaign to the next level. I expect to be completely blown away by what comes back as part of this campaign. If you know an artist, share this video, post it to Facebook, post it to Twitter, send it out by email. We need to spread the word.